It is truly an honor and a privilege to stand here today as Teacher of the Year. My thanks go out to the educators who have come before me and the colleagues I work with now, who have been my models and mentors. I am a reflection of your character, strength, and passion. I have watched you over the years and have learned so much. So thank you again for choosing me to represent you. I really can't explain why I'm here unless I tell you where I came from. Here is a little synopsis of my own first few years of elementary school. Kindergarten. I got my name on the board every single day for talking. First grade. My parents were asked to come observe. You know what that means? Well, they observed me doing pirouettes in the back of the classroom while the other students were working diligently at their desks. Second grade. I very clearly remember telling my teacher to her face that she was a liar, liar, pants on fire. That teacher, Miss Goodman, was one of my favorites. She was the first teacher who I felt genuinely liked me. I mean, my desk was attached to hers half the year. She must have liked me. I'm still in contact with her today. I attended her wedding, babysat her child, and gathered practicum hours in her classroom in college. I ended up being one of her favorites, too. Several times a week, most of my classmates were pulled out for gifted and talented, leaving just a small handful of us who were not gifted and talented. That was a real self-esteem booster. Now, ironically, I love being a TAC teacher because I understand students who learn differently and their need for accommodations. Stereotypically, when you think of a great teacher, you connect them with excellent grades, type A personalities, and superb behavior. I was none of those things. I was pulled for remedial assistance and for speech, and for me, getting on the behavior honor roll was major. I was a good kid, I had nice manners, and I wasn't unintelligent, but I felt like it most of the time. In the first grade, I was diagnosed with ADHD accompanied with some auditory processing challenges. Being unable to sit still, coupled with being unable to process what the teacher was saying fast enough, was quite a challenging combination. I may have struggled academically at a young age, but even as a child, I found an area where I had a natural talent. It was nowhere near the classroom or the library, it was in the swimming pool. Swimming kept me focused and taught me how to work hard and push myself. As I got older, I would fill my time during the summer lifeguarding, coaching our neighborhood swim team, and teaching private swim lessons. The summer of my junior year of high school, I made the connection between my talents at the pool and my path to teaching. I was coaching at one of our swim meets, and as my mother watched me work with some younger swimmers, she looked at me and said, "Wow, you're really good at this." That was my aha moment. I realized I should be a teacher, and that was that. I never looked back. We must remember that genuine and positive encouragement, even the smallest bit, can affect someone, especially a young person, for a lifetime. That one comment solidified my career path. My academic challenges benefited me in the long run. In fact, they were a gift. Every struggle I've had has led me to this moment standing on the stage. I believe being a straight A student does not necessarily determine whether you will get straight A's at life. My struggles were empowering in so many ways. They taught me how to work, toughened me up, and showed me how magical strong social skills, wit, and a sense of humor can be. Most importantly, when it comes to being an educator, it gave me perspective. The saying, "You can't understand a person until you've walked a mile in their shoes," directly applies. I have stomped around in those little shoes, and I get it. The first years of school for a child are like a first impression. You have a brief moment to make an impact on their opinion of school that can stick with them forever. My favorite educational quote is by Dr. Haim Janot. "I've come to a frightening conclusion that I am the decisive element in the classroom. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It is my daily mood that makes the weather. As a teacher, I possess a tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis be escalated or de-escalated, a child humanized or dehumanized. This quote has hung on my bulletin board by my desk for years. I end up reading it several times each school year on especially difficult days. Most days, I leave school feeling like I have a wart on my nose, a pointed hat on my head, and a broom. I can probably count on my two hands the days that I've actually felt accomplished and have left feeling as though I succeeded. I think this is a sign of a good teacher, or maybe it's how many bags I can carry on my two arms to the car after school that will inevitably be left in the trunk overnight. You know you've done it. Then there's that feeling of failure as you head home, that maybe good wasn't good enough, asking myself, how could I have changed that? Thinking so-and-so just didn't get it. Should I have retaught that? Tomorrow I'm going to. I work with countless dedicated teachers in this district just like that. In order to be successful at something, you have to surround yourself with the best. And that is exactly what teaching in Highland Park is like. Being a teacher is much like slowly dressing a child in a suit of armor for life. Each teacher along the way adding a component to their suit before sending them on to the next to add another layer of protection. As we all know, life has a way of knocking your feet out from under you from time to time. It's our job to make sure our students are protected with knowledge and life skills so that they are able to get back up and fight the battle of life and win. As teachers, we have the unique and powerful opportunity to shape young lives this year. Here's a saying that puts some perspective on the influence we yield. Parents have the key, and we have the spare. Remember, they will remember you. Thank you again for this award. It means so much.